What's up, world? It's your boy Jack, just checking in. Know it's been a minute, so let's just get to it. So I've been struggling, man. I've been really struggling, and because of the content that I provided earlier in the year or throughout the years or a couple of years that I've been doing this, I let myself get in the way of self, right? And what I mean by that is vulnerability is my strength, and being open and vulnerable is my strength, I stopped wanting and being willing to be vulnerable with you guys, because now I got this false sense of ego or courage or pride, whatever we choose to call it, right? That I'm this awesome, well put together guy and all is well. And so I don't want to go on here and make a new video and some content and seem like I'm shaking, right? Or that I'm not holding it down, right? Um, so those are facts, right? The truth of the matter is, a couple of weeks ago, I had experienced such a severe panic attack. It scared me, right? And it scared me to the point to where I ended up going to the hospital, going to the ER. And, my wife and family and friends that really know me know that, I'm really a soldier. I'll thug it out and try to, like, make it through it to the other side without, seeking professional care. So I go to the ER and my chest is, like, feeling restricted. It feels like I got a 300-pound gorilla on my chest, and I'm having shallow breathing, and so, of course, being that I have asthma, I thought it was my asthma. And then I just then something hit me and said, Jack, quit self-diagnosing self, right? You're pretty smart, but you're not that smart. So I went ahead and I went to the ER, right? And so, of course, they hooked me up to the EKG, and they did everything they were supposed to do to make sure that what I was feeling was not a physical symptom, right? And I'm talking about, like, from the very start of the conversation with the attending physician at that time, he automatically felt like it was my mental health, right? How he knew, I have no idea, but this is what he said in our early conversation. But he said to give me some peace of mind so we can get to the root of the problem, that he was going to do everything in his power to check for all the physical symptoms to make sure I was okay. So we did checks, x-rays, EKGs, blood cultures, and platelets, all of the good shit, right? Hooked me up to the vital machine, did my blood pressure like every hour on the hour, just to make sure blood pressure was sky high. But that's not what this video is about. My bad. So, short version. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about holding on to something past its shelf life, right? Holding on to something past its expiration date, right? Jack, what do you mean by that? This is what I mean. Like, you go to the grocery store, you get a gallon of milk, and on the back of the milk, it has a purchase date, right? Purchased by so-and-so, such. You know what I mean? And hopefully the stocker at that time, check the expiration date as well. Sell by, served by, such a date. Same thing with food products, right? They all have a shelf life, how long they are supposed to be on the shelves in the store when they're supposed to be taken down, so that it doesn't cause harm to the consumer or customer, right? So now I have to consider myself a consumer or a customer, right? Even when it comes to self. What do you mean when you say consumer or customer when it comes to self, Jack? Because I take on so many tasks, or I do so many things, or I hold on to so many things. Let's say what it really is. I hold on to things past its expiration date, right? You hold on to relationships past its expiration date. You hold on to business relationships past its expiration date, right? You hold on to bad habits. Let me remix that. I'm sorry. I hold on to these things, not you per se, but me, right? I got to get better with that, right? How do you get better with that? So I've been in recovery just long enough to know sometimes when things are overwhelming or appear to be out of place, it's a fine time to do a tune-up. It's a fine time to get back to the basics, right? What are the basics, Jack? The basic things that keep you grounded in your recovery. I've been so busy, appearing busy to the outside world, that I've literally neglected my inside world. I neglected the things that bring me peace. Work. I work in the field where work is what I'm passionate about. And over the last year, I've been struggling with compassion fatigue, back and forth, because I enjoy what I do, but working with some of the people that I have to work with and deal with some of the people that I have to deal with, our spirits don't mesh. And so that's that relationship I need to let go. Okay, if our spirits are steady doing this, right? Our business or work ethics are steady doing this, then why am I still holding on to that relationship? I can't answer that question at this time. Maybe that's another video. But what I will say is this: cultivate your own personal journey. I will continue. Let me back up. I will continue to cultivate my own personal journey. And my hope and desire for future content is I'm going to give you the realest Jack that I can give you, right? I'm going to give you the vulnerable Jack. I'm going to say the things that need to be said to Jack. Not so much to you, but to Jack. But I need to say them out loud, because in some of my previous videos, I talked about growing up in public, right? And so this past year, I've stunted my growth. I stopped growing up in public. I stopped doing the things that make me me, and started conforming to the things that everybody else is doing, right? That's a whole nother video, I promise. You know what I mean? We call it imposter syndrome and things of that nature, right? But it's a little deeper than that for me. It's about self-esteem. It's about self-reflection. It's about self-gratitude, self-worth, right? You know what I mean? Keyword in everything that I just said was self. I'm so busy focusing on everybody else that I forgot about self. So today is the start of a new day, the end of an old year, but the beginning of a new, right? And so, you know, everybody said it's so cliche, it's new year, new me. Well, I'm starting this year moving forward for a new me. I hope this video made sense. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but it felt so much better to be able to tell you guys that, hey man, I'm human. I'm not Superman. Hey man, I'm human. I've been going through it, and I don't even know how to get out of it, right? You know, this year has been a rough year as far as mental health, spiritual foundations, and I'm not going to say physical health. I'm possibly in the best physical health that I'm in, but if you don't have mind, body, and soul working as as one, then the whole machine is flawed, right? They work hand in hand. They work hand in hand. They go together. They roll like this, right? And so if my spirituality is off, then it's rolling like this, right? And if my mental health is off, it's rolling like this. And as you can see, it gets further and further away from where it needs to be. And that's what happened to me. I got distracted, and I stopped working on me. So hopefully, again, I apologize for the rant and ramble. Hopefully this video will help someone other than myself. And if it didn't help anyone, it helped me. Just wanted to tell everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Make the best you can be. I'm not going to say make the best of the year. I'm going to say make the best you can be, right? Because when I have a positive version of self, life seems to be a little bit more peaceful. So thank you all for following me. Thank you for the future subscribers. If you like this video, please push the like and subscribe button. And please feel free to leave comments. If you'd like to hear any other content or have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. Peace.